Hi, this is Josh with Resort TV 1. Today we're taking a look at Disney's Boardwalk Resort. We hope you enjoy the video. And we'll start our tour today on the water side of the resort, because that's the side that most people are familiar with. The water side of the resort and the entire resort itself is themed after Coney Island and some of the resorts along that eastern seaboard section of our country. And you can see Disney Swan Resort there as you're coming along the walkway which goes around Crescent Lake. And here's the entrance to Disney's Boardwalk, and we're going to start on this side and work our way around the boardwalk. And this path leads to Hollywood Studios along the river, right next to the Boardwalk Resort. It's about a 15 to 20 minute walk depending on how fast you walk, and from Epcot all the way around to Hollywood Studios is about 30 to 45 minutes, again depending on how fast you walk. And you enter the boardwalk from this side between Jelly Rolls here on the right and the Atlantic Dance Hall on the left. Jelly Rolls is a lot of fun. The dueling pianists take requests and they do a fantastic job, and it's a very fun atmosphere, so if you haven't done that, you need to check it out. I haven't done the Atlantic Dance Hall personally, but I've heard that it's a great time. And there you can see the Dolphin Resort in the background. There's the front of Jelly Rolls. And right next to that is where the hotel itself starts, and on this side is actually Disney's Boardwalk Villas, which is the vacation club side of the resort. So Disney's Boardwalk Resort has two sides. On this side, as I said before, is the Boardwalk Villas, which is the vacation club side, and then on the left side you can see the theming is different. It's more white and it's a little bit less whimsical on the Boardwalk inside, which is the side that people can just pay to stay at. And there's the Yacht Club across the water there, across Crescent Lake. And next to the Yacht Club and joined right in the middle is the Beach Club. The Yacht Club is the grayish color and the Beach Club is the light blue. And you can even see Spaceship Earth in the background there. And here's another shot of the Crest of the Waves section, which I think is really fun. It's very whimsical and something that you might see along the Atlantic seaboard area, or the eastern seaboard, however you want to say it. There's Big River Brewery. And the Big River restaurant, the brewery here, is fantastic. And here's the menu if you want to check that out. They actually have fantastic burgers, and they do have Kobe beef, which is a fantastic option if you want to check that out at times. They do get busy, but they don't take reservations, at least as of the last time I was there. And now we'll take a look at some of the shopping options along the boardwalk. But first, let's take a look at some of the games. Now, they're not open right now, but you can see there are carnival-style games. You've got your basketball, as well as other types of carnival games. It is a little bit expensive to play, it appears, but a lot of carnival games are, so it's authentic. And the first shop we'll come to here along the boardwalk is the Thimbles and Threads shop, and the next one is Character Carnival. You see housewares and mousewares, that's kind of creative. There's the front door. And the third store there is the Screen Door, which is a type of general store on the boardwalk where you can get various food items and other provisions. This is just another overview of the rest of the resort. And now we're inside the Screen Door. And again, it's just a general store. There's lots of different food items. They've got a large cooler section where you can get different cold drinks and things like that. And they've got a great bakery section there. And even a little candy store where you can get various candies. So let's take a closer look, though, at the bakery items. And sorry about the reflection, but don't those look amazing? Love all the little baseballs, basketballs, even the little cookies shaped like sandals. And mouse ears and all kinds of different Disney-style treats. And what amazes me is they make these every day and they look perfect every day. They really put a lot of time and effort into making sure these desserts look just as good as they taste. And then they've even got some fudge down there, which looks fantastic as well. And there's the candy section we were talking about before. Get yourself a nice big bag full of candy for the kids so they can run around and have a great time. So it's definitely not a health food store, but there's a lot of fun options and a lot of fun things to eat here at the Screen Door. And that would be very authentic to what an Atlantic City style resort would be, or Coney Island. And they even have a wine section over here with a decent assortment of different types of wine. And now we're over in the Characters and Carnival section. And they've got different kitchenwares as well as different apparel items, all themed after Disney characters. And it's a little bit more serious type of merchandise than what you might find in the parks. There's one of those old style bicycles with the large front wheel. That's a lot of fun. And here's a carousel horse, again evoking the theme of Coney Island, which is nice. And there's just lots of different merchandise. They do have some of the same merchandise as in the parks, but a lot of it's unique. And we're moving over into the Thimbles and Thread section of the shop. And the whole shop, by the way, is actually connected. Even though there are 3 different sections, they're actually all connected in one. So you don't have to go outside to go to the next shop. And now we're back outside looking again. We're still on the Villas side of the resort, but we're going to head over into the inside here in just a minute. And this is where you can rent Surrey bikes, and the Surrey bikes go all the way around Crescent Lake here, and everybody has a lot of fun riding those. And you can see the prices for rental, fairly reasonable. It's interesting that the 2-seater and the 4-seater are the same price. And behind the Surrey bike rental location, there's a great view of a artificial grass lawn that they've installed right behind the main lobby area of the resort. And to me, these backsides of the lobby areas of the resorts, like Beach Club and like Boardwalk, are very beautiful. And you can see the theming differences, though. On the left is more of a off-white color and very serious looking, and on the right is the more whimsical side of the villas. Here's the Flying Fish restaurant, which is right on the corner of the inn side of the resort. And they've got a new bar here that's themed after, looks like a magician's type of a lounge. I haven't been in there, so I'm not too sure about that. And then Trattoria Al Forno is a new Italian restaurant, which I haven't tried either, but I've heard it's quite good. And next to that, they have a little pizza place, which we'll check out in just a second. But here's the menu for Trattoria Al Forno. Sorry about the reflection again, but hope you can see that. If you want to pause it and take a look at what their options are. They even have some kid options there, which is nice. And right next to Trattoria Al Forno is a pizza window. So if you just want pizza and you don't want to go inside, or maybe you're not dressed appropriately for dinner, you can pick some pizza up at the pizza window, and there are some options there for you. There's also a margarita stand here. Looks like Joe's Margarita Stand. And moving over from the Italian restaurant and the pizza place, you have the Boardwalk Bakery. I love on the window here. That's really creative. I'll let you figure out what that means. This is the inside of the bakery. I'm not going inside of the larger restaurants because a lot of those either aren't open or I just don't feel right walking inside and starting to take videos, so I may do those in another video when we actually eat there, and we'll do reviews of some of those. And here are some of the items you can get in the bakery. Sorry again about the reflection, it's really hard to get a good angle, but at least you can get some type of an idea of what you can get here. A lot of tasty treats here in the bakery as well. And here is the Ample Hills Creamery ice cream shop. The inside is really fun. You can see the drawing of Spaceship Earth there. It's very almost like a cartoon or a comic book drawing. It's a lot of fun. And then you can see the menu. And you can see more drawings. There's Surrey bikes as the ones that go around the resort here. That's nice. And the boats in the water. Then you can see the ordering flowchart from the pig there. That's really nice. Do you want ice cream? I don't know. Come back later. And there's again another view at the drawing of the Boardwalk and Crescent Lake area. And another shot of the other side of the menu. And there's even a nice drawing of the castle, which is very nice and very Well done. And then back outside, we'll look at the Espn Club, which is a very large restaurant, and it's a bar and grill like you'd expect, and there's a lot of sports theming inside, and it's a lot of fun to visit. Before we take a look at the Espn Club menu, let's take a look across Crescent Lake here, and you can see the dolphin in the background, as well as the rest of the Boardwalk Resort and the Yacht Club. So just an overview of the whole area here. And now we'll take a look at the Espn Club menu. And you can see there are a lot of different options, and I've eaten here a few different times, and it's really good American style food, just like you'd expect in a bar and grill. And of course they've got a lot of beer and wine options for you to choose from. And at the very end of the Boardwalk area is this pavilion where they have a lot of private events. I've even seen weddings here, I've seen corporate style events, all kinds of different things, and it's a very pretty setting at night, right on the water here, especially when the lights come on and the atmosphere is very elegant. There's the shot of the inside of the pavilion in the middle section. And you can see the beach club in the background there. And you can see it's starting to storm. Or getting ready to storm, I should say. But that's pretty typical in Florida in the afternoon, so anybody who's been here knows that it looks nice over there, and when you look over to the left you say, oh, we better find a place to go in because it's getting ready to storm. There's another overview here from the pavilion of the Yacht and Beach Club resorts, which are so beautiful across Crescent Lake here. Now we're back at the main part of the resort, and this is the middle area right behind the Surrey bike rental stand. It's just a nice courtyard area here, and another look at the inside with the more serious architecture. And this is a little stairway that when you come from the front of the Boardwalk Resort, you can just walk straight down here to the boardwalk without walking through the lobby. And then there's a little bridge to get from one side of the lobby to the Bellevue Lounge, and we'll go over that later. And right in front of that main lobby area there, or right behind it I should say, is a topiary of Mickey and Minnie, which is very well done. And this is underneath of the patio, which is right outside the main lobby. There's a nice little sitting area in here where you can cool off in the shade. Just another look at the courtyard and some of the landscaping. And across the way there's a Wyland gallery, which they asked for no filming in here, so I can't really go inside, but you should stop inside. There's a lot of beautiful art in there. And they even have an arcade. It's not a huge arcade like at some of the resorts, but it's a decent size and there's a lot of fun games here. What really made me excited was they have some of the retro games, like a Pac-Man style game here, even though it's a little bit newer. It's not the original, but it's still pretty cool. And they have some newer games, some driving games and things like that. Another look at the Pac-Man game. Looks like Pac-Man and Space Invaders all together in one, I'm not sure. And there's Defender, which is a much older game that I believe came out first on the arcade and then the Atari. Sorry, here comes my video game knowledge coming out here. And there's a Donkey Kong Jr. and Mario Brothers combination game there. And now we're going to go back and check out the pool area. And it's getting ready to storm again, like I said, so we don't have time for a thorough view of the pool, and that's why there's nobody in it, because they've actually just asked everyone to get out due to some lightning in the area. But you can get a good overview of the pool. It looks like Coney Island area, where the water slide looks like a roller coaster, even comes out in a clown mouth style, so that's pretty nice pool area there. And this is the patio area, which looks out onto the courtyard. So you can see the Surrey bike rental stand and the green area, which we were just looking at, and Mickey and Minnie topiaries. Now before we go into the resort, let's take a look at the front. We kind of did this tour backwards, but I think the boardwalk is the most interesting section of the resort, so that's why I wanted to cover that first. But it's a beautiful entryway here. And as you come up the drive to the boardwalk, the entryway and the car unloading area is actually very imposing and very impressive. And it makes you, or at least when I stayed there, it makes me excited to go into the resort because it looks like such an amazing place to visit. And here's the entry. And you can see on the sign, on the left is the Boardwalk Villas, which is Vacation Club, and on the right is Disney's Boardwalk Inn. And this is the place I was telling you about earlier, where you can actually just walk straight down the stairs and be right on the boardwalk without having to go through the lobby. And this is inside the foyer, right before you come into the lobby. And there's a little sitting area here. And now let's go inside the main lobby. The ceilings are very high, very ornate and very beautiful. And you can see the carousel horses hanging as a type of a chandelier, which is really creative, and just, to me, it's amazing use of architecture here to make a statement about what type of a hotel this is. There you can see the model of the carousel around a really nice circular couch-like sitting area. And another look at the carousel horse chandelier. And this is the main reception area, the check-in area, as well as concierge and some of those things. And you've got these huge chandeliers which make the area very imposing and very awe-inspiring to visit. There's also a lounge in here for people to sit and wait or just relax. And since it's raining now, a lot of people are sitting here just to escape the rain. But this is just such an awesome space, and I hope that if you stay at this resort, you take the time to appreciate just how vast and how ornate this area is. And here's some of the sitting areas. You can see the model of the roller coaster in the background there. And there's a cast member getting ready to start a checkers game, it looks like. And these paintings on the walls here, they're not super large, but they depict various castles which look like either inspired or are inspired by the various castles at the Disney parks. So that's a nice touch and something that would be easily overlooked. Now this is the Boardwalk Villas section, and the only thing on this side besides hotel rooms is a little shop called Dendy Sundries. So just a small little shop, because the larger shops are out on the boardwalk, but this is one that's more inside the resort and has a few specialty items and a few drinks and a couple snack items, as well as different clothing items that you can purchase. They've even got some of the same type of soap and shampoo as you can find in the hotel room, which is pretty nice. And I like this shirt, it's got different logos from the resorts on it. And here's a sign that shows you how to get to the boardwalk and the village green. This is a map of the resort. It shows all the different options that are available here. And we're back out into the lobby here and the check-in area. And again, another look at the beautiful chandeliers and the carousel horse chandelier as well. And now we're going to go over into the inside of the resort. And there's a little bridge that actually takes you over there, which goes over the stairway leading down into the boardwalk itself. And you can see the rain in the background, but there's also a sign for the Bellevue Lounge. I'll give you a shot of the rain here outside. It's really pouring, and so you all know in Florida the weather can change on a dime, so you have to be really prepared for that. And luckily I can film inside. This is leading to the Bellevue Lounge, and they've got great, what almost looks like concept art for the boardwalk itself. But I love how they have it framed, and it's just these beautiful works of art here. So much color, almost like a Thomas Kincaid painting. And here's another shot of that same painting. And in that same area there are two large paintings, and this is the second one. And this is more of a look at almost a Coney Island style amusement park right along a boardwalk. And here they've got these old penny arcade machines, which used to be at the Magic Kingdom's penny arcade, and you turn the crank and they have moving pictures, and it's a lot of fun. And now we're going to go into the Bellevue Lounge, which is just a beautiful space with some of the dark wood, as well as just the dimly lit kind of lounge theming that they've got in this area. You can get drinks here, as well as go down the stairs here, this kind of grand staircase to the boardwalk itself. It's a very relaxing place to sit. And they've got jazz music in the background and all kinds of things to set the ambiance of the area. And here's an old machine that kind of is reminiscent of a machine that might have been along older boardwalks in the eastern seaboard. It's a little sign about the Bellevue Lounge. And there's a hallway that leads down to some of the rooms, and as well as an elevator down at the end. And here's another beautiful painting. They've even got an area for people to play checkers and enjoy their time in the Bellevue Lounge. You can see it's still raining outside. And there's the bartender busy making some drinks for people in the lounge. And they've got this old radio that's actually playing music. I don't know if it's just a speaker box, but it's playing some great jazz that you might expect to be playing at a resort like this in that 20s and 30s era. This is another look at the staircase that leads down to the boardwalk. And you can even see they've got, since it's raining, they've got towels down there for people to dry themselves off with, which is really nice. Well, that's it from Disney's Boardwalk Resort. We really hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you leave a comment and let us know what you think or where you'd like us to go next. Have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Bye-bye.